Hello, you wonderful people. So for today's video, I want to talk about the second trailer that just came out today at the time of me recording this of Birds of Prey. If you haven't already seen it, I'll include a link to it in the description down below. Obviously, the first trailer, I was already excited for this movie. I thought, oh, this looks great. This trailer just amplified that. I'm like, dude, this is going to be awesome. Like, it looks like the first trailer already made it look like it was going to be kind of a bit of a fun ride. This trailer, I feel like, really instills that. Literally the scene when Harley's just kind of like getting shot at and literally breathing in, well, I can only assume it's cocaine. I'm like, all right, that says all we need to know about this movie, and I love it. It's really interesting kind of learning a little bit about all the other characters, kind of understanding how this group came together, because I was wondering, like, you know, it's like obviously they're all working together to take down Black Mask, but to find out each one of them has different motives. Obviously the little girl, which during the first trailer, I didn't realize that little girl was Cassandra Cain. I knew she was in this movie, I didn't realize that little girl was her. So I think that's going to be interesting, considering the crew she's hanging out with as a little girl and knowing what her future is, canonically speaking, comic book wise. But I mean, who knows if they'll necessarily do that with the movies. Like I said, that's a whole thing in itself, you know, depending on where like the DCEU situation goes for it. But I think that's kind of neat. But apparently she robbed Black Mask. I guess she's kind of like living on the streets, so she kind of robs people, you know, still to survive, and stole something she had no business stealing. It turns out Black Canary betrayed him, which I think is going to be interesting, because I'm curious if that's supposed to be representing like Black Canary isn't really an established hero in the DC universe at this point in time in this particular movie. Maybe it's kind of like she's kind of like finding her own way. She kind of got mixed up with the wrong group, but maybe Black Mask went further than she was willing to go, so maybe her moral compass kind of kicked in. But it might be a thing of like she's done some stuff that she's not necessarily proud of. I'm curious to see. I mean, it might even be a thing of their history kind of runs even deeper than that. You know, I'm interested to find out. But I think that's kind of an interesting start if that's where she's starting at, where it's like she isn't an established hero yet, so that might be why she's a little more flexible working with Harley, you know? I don't know. And then Huntress, apparently she killed his BFF. Like what that is about, that'd be kind of interesting to kind of dive into. And then Montoya is the real interesting thing, because like, you know, I brought it up last trailer, because I feel like, because some of the times I've seen Montoya in certain, like, you know, Batman fiction, she's been kind of like, you know, a dirty cop. But then I think about it in the grand scheme of things, it's like, oh, I'm kind of wrong about that, because I've seen her more often than not be a good cop than a dirty cop, you know? So that's why I'm kind of like, if anything, you know, Bullet kind of definitely plays that gray area. But it seems like she's literally the only cop trying to build a case against Black Mask. And I think that's so fascinating. So it's like, because, you know, like I said, it depends on what the whole Gordon situation is like in his continuity. He might not be around anymore. He might even, you know, sadly be dead, or, you know, depending on what they end up doing with this continuity. But it's like, she could be like one of the few good cops left on the GCPD, because obviously, like, there's a lot of corruption often enough, you know? So that might be kind of the angle they're going down, and she's like literally the only good cop. So it's like, it is a thing of like, because it seems like to anyone, like, I think they all know Harley by reputation, but I think Montoya really knows Harley by reputation, which even that scene at the beginning, I skipped over it, but I even love like us dealing more with the fact is that Harley's dealing with the breakup, because it seems like, oh, she's kind of moving on. Obviously, stuff in the trailer shows she wasn't 100% moving on, that it still bothered her, but I think it's kind of, it's this very human moment of seeing that, you know, after a breakup, she's kind of a hot mess, because we all know what it's like to, you know, be a hot mess after a breakup. And it's just like, for her, like, driving like a vehicle into the Ace Chemical and blowing up, definitely a big middle finger to Joker, because, you know, Ace Chemicals is, well, kind of like his origin story, or, you know, at least part of it connected. Well, I know it's had connections to other villains, right? I'm pretty sure it's connected to him, or it could just simply be because like the way she is at the police station and everything. I'm like, this must be like Harley trying to like distinguish herself, to be like, you know what, I don't need Mr. J. Like, I can do this criminal thing by myself. I'm gonna show people, you know, once again, I'm Harley freaking Quinn. I don't need Mr. J. It's kind of like, you know, Robin kind of gets it sometimes. Of like, wait, Robin's here. Where's Batman? So I'm sure she gets it like, oh, Harley's here. Oh, where's Joker? Joker's the one we want to talk. She's like, no, you don't need to worry about Joker. It's me. I'm the criminal mastermind. I'm running this thing now. And it's like, oh, really? You know, people underestimate her, because once again, it's always Joker and Harley. It's never just Harley, you know? Which I always find, which I think people probably find ironic too, considering the fact is how big and how popular Harley is just on her own anyway. But the fact of the matter is, I just think that's kind of an interesting dynamic. And like I said, just seeing her kind of falling apart, dealing, you know, with the breakup and everything. It was really cool to finally see Ewan McGregor actually put on the mask and everything in his trailer. Obviously, like I said, it just seems wild and fun. We finally get like our first canary cry. We got our first one in the trailer. I was like, yeah! Like our first official one. There's references to it in like the first trailer, and they even see it a little bit in this one, but like that was like our first full-blown getting to see it. So I think it's actually just perfect, considering, like, you know, like I said, Harley's going through her breakup with Joker, and this is coming out February, so it's almost like Valentine's Day is like literally like the week after this movie comes out, so it's like the perfect time. Once again, it's all about everyone's emancipation from like her from Joker and everyone from just, you know, kind of going out on their own in their respective ways, and them kind of coming together like this. I've heard some interesting details about the movies. Obviously, you know, some stuff I'd heard on, you know, Collider Movie Talk. I won't really go into too much detail if you don't want to know, but it is, you know, it connects to the opening where you have Harley kind of doing a monologue. So it's like, okay, so Harley is the one kind of telling this story. So it is going to be interesting getting her wild and crazy perspective. I even love at one point, like, there's a whole conversation of revenge, and then she kind of flips back into like Dr. Quinzel, you know, because let's not forget, she is a therapist. Despite how crazy Harley is, she might be a little wild, but she was a professionally trained therapist at one point in time. So you see her kind of jump in that bag a little bit and then quickly back out of it. So I think that's going to be interesting, her like psychoanalyzing her her crew, or her fellow well, birds of prey, I guess, you know, in this respect. So I think it's going to be a neat element to it. But it, like I said, I didn't even talk about it last trailer either, like the hyena. That's so, because she has two. I'm only basing this only because of I think there's some promotional stuff that shows both of them, but it's mainly because of Injustice, the video game. Was it Injustice 1 or Injustice 2? Like her super is her two hyenas are part of it. But like seeing that, and I even love her naming it Bruce. She's like, oh, after that billionaire, which also shows that she must not know he's Batman. I mean, that might just be a Joker thing that Joker sometimes know. It might not be that Harley knows. So I don't know. It looks so fun, and I'm very excited for the movie. But obviously, these are just my thoughts. In the comments down below, I'd love to get to know your thoughts about the trailer. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you excited for the movie? Let me know your thoughts and how you're feeling in the comments down below. But really, that's all I want to talk about. Till the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, well, life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and good